Okay, so here's my squad that you'd have seen in the last Football Manager video I did. Doing by transfer value. Obviously the loanees a lot higher value, but we've got Maldini, Kakuri there, worth $250,000. Other high players. We've only just got George Wickens in quite recently, already got quite a high value, got him on a free. And got look at our transfers. So, were they on transfer history? So there's all my transfer ins, 0, and transfer out is 575. So we made some decent money. And so my strategy at lower league is to not worry about transfer budget at all. I always adjust for budget. So whatever transfer budget we got, I just chuck straight into wages. And I like to focus on younger players as well. Now I don't mind the odd older player, but if you want to make money at this level, then you just need to get young players in and sell them off at a profit when other teams come in for them, or when you want to sell them. And you can see, Flaherty there, he done really bad for me actually. He didn't do bad. He was average, but my scouts rated him really highly, and he was quite average. And I was actually quite glad to see him go. And for 150k, I mean, this club, to put it in perspective, when I started with Chelmsford, they're in the National South, and they had about 60,000 in the bank. So to sell a player at this level for 150,000 is fantastic. Got Tristan Abrahams there, going up to $250,000, and Jamie Andrews, who was absolutely fantastic. I was sad to see him go, but to get 200k at this level, it's what you need to do. And then Lewis Brown, wanted to leave, and we got 50k for him, so that's great. And then you see all the players here, they're all free transfers. And what I like to do, and loans as well. So what I like to do at this level is at the end of the season. Now I'm in the middle of the season here. I'm just filming this straight after my last one. I like to look around the Premier League clubs or Championship clubs and see any youngsters who are going, look at their stats, and just decide who I want, really. So if we go back to last season, like when I got Jamie Andrews in, he was fantastic. I always like to listen to my scouts as well. The scouts do find some really good players on a free. So I always look at the scout reports, always look at the potential. You want a high potential, and maybe around a sort of 2.5 3-star at least. And then of course you look at the stats and you can see what stats are needed. And at this level, anything that's yellow is fantastic. If you can get any greens in there, then you know you've got a good player. But players with too many greens will just not want to join your club. So, and yeah, I always try and get players who are sort of 23, 24 and under. A lot of players I get are normally about sort of 19, 20. And yeah, he was really good. So he came on a free. So he left from West Brom. Like I say, Championship teams and Premier League teams normally let some good players go for this level. And from midfield, 12 goals, 8 assists, 7.18 rating. So he was really good. And we've got Cameron Ismail there. He came in from Arsenal. He's just with our young squad at the moment. So some players we did sign at the end of the season before, like quite a few here. So a lot of these players were leaving their clubs. You see, we've got two Arsenal guys there and a Tottenham guy. Yusuf was really good. We ended up selling him, and he was loaned back to us. So I think we got about 100,000 for him. Kakuri's been really good for me lately as well. Again, see, he's worth $250,000. Just came from Arsenal. They were letting him go. I mean, again, just you want your yellows yellow stats and all the ones what are important. That's Flattery and or Flaherty. It's a very hard name to say. Yeah, you know, he's barely playing at the moment at Cambridge and not doing too particularly great. So I'm really glad we sold him. Really, I don't know why they bought him. But yeah, you see plenty of players coming in. Players just come in and go, this was my first... Is that my first season? That was my first season. So we won promotion. Some of the players up here we got at the... Yeah, you can see the dates. So 5th onwards are the ones we got at the end of the season. Tristan Abrahams, he did quite well, but we ended up selling him. A lot just come in and go. DJ Campton Sturridge, he was really good. From Aston Villa again, like another one from a Premier League club. They're worth looking at, definitely worth scouting, and he's been absolutely fantastic for us. 14 goals this season already, in all comps. You see, like in the first season we had him 24 goals, 7 assists in the 42 games, so absolutely fantastic. Still scoring now. First sign is always your favourite, right? So yeah, it's pretty basic stuff, isn't it, really? I don't know if I've said anything that's revolutionary here. Look for decent players from Premier League and Championship clubs who are going on a free, decent youngsters, and you can build a good team, and you can make money from selling them when they sort of reach their potential, and then you can use that money to improve your training facilities and youth setup and things like that to make future players even better. So that's the tactic I like to use. Like I say, pretty basic stuff, but I thought I'd share it. I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Anyway, in case you're new to the game or new to playing at this level. So to summarise, chuck everything into your wage bill, find some decent youngsters from Premiership and Championship clubs who have been released on a free. Sometimes the wages are a bit more than you might want to pay. They might demand more than what your players already got, but they're worth paying in the long run, and you have to get loads of them. And yeah, also as well, get a few loans in to fill the gaps. I like to get loans where possible. 2 or 3 maybe. I don't rely on them too much because I want to build a squad. I want to make money for the club and push on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again in the next video.